My name is Ben BBookout from Colorado, western slope of Colorado, a little town called Hotchkiss. Nobody's ever heard of. It's pretty interesting. I guess last minute put in an application to the artist in residency program and on Indeed, and surprisingly got a call from Billy and really had good conversation with him. Seemed like a good fit, and ended up packing up my stuff about a month later and driving out to participate in the artist in residency program as a photographer. Well, I guess like backing all the way up, it really began. My father put a camera in my hand when I was 7, and I just been shooting ever since. And I had an opportunity to change careers a couple years ago. Decided to give photography a real go and entered into the professional photography program at Colorado Mountain College. And it's about a 2-year program, and they go really in depth into everything you need to be a professional photographer, from business management to actual capture to running the software and printing. And so I came out of there sort of ready to become a photographer, but I always had this artistic side from design, and that's kind of formulated my career so far as a photographer, and then kind of incorporating this gallery installation work that I couple it with. So I kind of got into design. I took a permaculture design course 20 some odd years ago, and started to see the power of design, how it can be sociologically powerful, and wanted to have an influence in that, and started into a career of landscape architecture, which slowly evolved into a career of sort of architecture and landscape architecture, and started a business with my then partner called 3 Cycle Studio, and we aimed to play in all the scales of design, from like landscape as a big scale to architecture as a little bit smaller scale to like furniture design. And we were able to sort of play in all those realms, and I do like kind of that pre-visualization of design and then the realization of the actual design physically, and that sort of creative process never really left me. And so when I started taking photos, I started wondering, well, how can this be more 3D? How can it be more interactive? How can it engage a little more than the print? I love the print, but I'm not saying it's stale, but it can get stale. And I started reaching for more than that, and started coming up with ideas that in school at Colorado Mountain College that were more interactive and more 3-dimensional as far as the photo goes. And so that was sort of the coupling of those two worlds of design and photography, is designing photographs, how to present them in 3D space. So like getting here was a real change for me, because Colorado's super dry, and it rains a lot here. So I came from being pretty dry in the snow to it raining most days, and walking around in that rain and seeing all the puddles and reflections, and then being tuned in to all the rivers and waterfalls. There's just water everywhere here, and so I was just photographing that water to begin with. I didn't really know where it was going to go,